Hello everyone. We'll just wait for the 5 minutes. We are seeing the attendees are joining. We'll just wait for the 2 to 3 minutes. Then we'll start the webinar. Hello everyone. We'll be starting the webinar in another 2 minutes. We're just waiting for the attendees to register. Hello everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining us today for the webinar. My name is Deepu Vijay, and I'm the Business Development Manager at E2E Networks. So, E2E Networks is the largest NSE listed Indian cloud platform and NVIDIA's preferred cloud partner in India. So, today we are presenting the future of AI in Edtech, presented by Mr. Jivitesh Kumar. Just a little housekeeping before we get started. If you have any questions during the presentation, please type them into the question box in your Zoom control panel. So, I'll bring them up during the presentation, and we will also have time for questions at the end. Now, without further add-on, we will turn the time over to Mr. Jivitesh Kumar. So, Mr. Jivitesh Kumar is a chief data scientist and CTO at iNeuron.ai. So, he's an experienced artificial intelligence engineer with a demonstrated history of working in automotive industry. He's skilled in machine learning, neural network, deep learning, NLP, database, Python, Java, and various front-end technologies. So, it's now over to you, Mr. Jivitesh Kumar. You can start your presentation.
Hey, thanks, Deepu. Hello, everyone. I hope I got that great introduction from Deepu. Thanks for that. And today, let me share my screen so that we'll start talking about this one. So I'm just assuming that you all are doing good and you are safe at your home in this pandemic. Okay, I'll just share a screen. Okay, not this one. Hold on, sorry. Okay, so I think it's visible to everyone. So this today we are going to talk about how AI can help you in improvising or maintaining this education system, complete education system. How AI will help you to make it better. So whatever the education system we have so far, how it will help, what you can do, what as an individual you can start with. So these things I'll be talking about today, and I'll not give means bore you by showing the graphs and all those things. I'll not a fan of those things. I'll just give you the exact I can say the practical implementation. How even if you're a fresher, if you're a college fresher, how you can start implementing as a small area. How you can take part in that. How you can help others as well. So as for the fresher and for the business perspective, what we can do, what all the areas you can look for, what all the areas we need to work on, and what all the areas we can do so that our education system and it will help everyone. I think the tutors, the parents, the students, everyone will get benefited for this AI system help. So today this AI education, so as for I can say broadly say, if you ask someone, what is AI, they simply come up with a word like, okay, AI means robots. AI means robots. AI means chatbot. So this is the complete, I can say, we have for now. The people are like, okay, what is AI? Then AI means chatbot. AI means robots. So is it all about AI? No, it's not all about AI. So AI is not just okay. Some machine is talking to you. Some machine is moving ahead and then doing some task. It's not all the AI means basically. So this is the major I can say lag where people are thought about AI, what is AI and how it will help. That they don't have a clear perspective. And other things where people get confused about AI is, okay, AI, okay, AI means okay, I need to know some algorithms. Okay, I'm good, now I'm an AI engineer, now I'm a machine learning engineer. This is not all the about AI. So it's not like, okay, you know some algorithms, you know some networks, you know some NLP concepts, then you are a AI engineer. This will not make you a AI engineer or AI developer. So generally, and when I talk about the business perspective, unless and until we are not solving any real time problem in AI, it doesn't mean anything. So if we are writing something in nowadays, you can see in the Google, LinkedIn, Facebook, everywhere you'll see the hell lot of outreach. So people are, okay, this is what I have done, this is what I have done, this is what I have developed. Is it really worth spending time on? For learning purpose, yes, it's good. For people are exploring that, you are doing it, that is good. But if you are looking for something, okay, it should really solve. So it's not like you for solving a real time problem you need to be a pro in that. You can start with a very basic understanding. Even if you don't have a basic understanding, resources are there. So just start with that, you give it a try, and you will see the output. If you're seeing that output, if you're seeing the outcome of your effort, you will get motivated and you'll say, okay, now I can move ahead and now I can do something else as well in that one. So this is what we are all going to talk about today. So first thing, like I was talking about, if we are some asking someone that, okay, what is AI mean for you? Then simply they come up with, okay, the AI means robots, AI means chatbot, AI means Iron Man, the movie we have, Transformers. So this is what they come up with. Okay, this is what AI. I'm not asking the people who are aware about. I'm just asking that if I ask normal person what is AI, and if the person who is just starting the AI, they will, this is what they will come up with. But this is not the actual AI. This is not what we actually do, what you actually you will do in our industry when you have become an AI engineer. So that's a very wrong conception for now people are having. And the most importantly, the people who knows about machine learning or AI, they even just consider that, okay, I know the algorithms, okay, now I'm an AI engineer, now I'm an ML engineer, now I can do anything. This is not all about AI. This is not what AI does, and this is not what AI for. So if I'll just broadly, I'll just show you one video, this one, and then we'll move ahead. So this is basically a a video in China. People have developed this band. If you can see the girl is there in that, she's wearing one band on her head. So this is what they have developed. I'll just talk about this one. So just watch this for, I think it's a 5 minute. We'll try to have 2-3 minutes, and then we'll watch the.
Teachers at this primary school in China know exactly when someone isn't paying attention. These headbands measure each student's level of concentration. The information is then directly sent to the teacher's computer and to parents. China has big plans to become a global leader in artificial intelligence. It has enabled a cashless economy where people make purchases with their faces. A giant network of surveillance cameras with facial recognition helps police monitor citizens. Meanwhile, some schools offer glimpses of what the future is meditating. The device is made in China and has 3 electrodes, 2 behind the ears and 1 on the forehead. These sensors pick up electrical signals sent by neurons in the brain. The neural data is then sent in real time to the teacher's computer. So while students are solving math problems, a teacher can quickly find out who's paying attention and who's not. A report is then generated how well it details each student's concentration level at 10-minute intervals. It's then sent to a chat group for parents. The reports are detailed, but whether these devices really work and what they exactly measure isn't as clear. We were curious if the headbands could actually measure.
Okay, so that's all, guys. Just I wanted to show you that we people are doing, the companies are doing in this field. So in this, so basically what they have done, simply they have designed a hardware that people or students will wear while studying or while in the college or the classrooms, and it will try to do this. I'll not go in deep technical of this one because it will be a boring session in that case. So that I'll skip. Machine learning, okay, the machine learning basically defined by that GPU provider, that NVIDIA. They like the practice of using algorithms, passing the data, learn from it, and then make a determination of prediction about something in the world. So what it basically means, so in the layman term, if I need to make someone understand that what is machine learning, if you need to make some a farmer or some of the guards which are the society, if he is asking, okay, what is machine learning, then how will you tell them, how will you explain them what is AI basically and what is machine learning? You need to be a very crisp in that. Okay, how I can make them understand what is basically it means. So machine learning is nothing, just if I wanted to explain in non-technical way in the layman form. So in the schools, basically how we learn. First, in the classes for the whole year, we study the things. So as when I say the study the things means, teachers who are the teaching us, they will provide us the problem along with their solutions. So they provide both the things, and from these things we learn, and in the exam they only show us the problem, and then we have to write the solution. So basically in school, this is what we do. We'll see the problem, okay, this is the chapter, this is what we have, and then we solve some, okay, for this problem this is the solution, this is how we can solve, so that in the exams we can do the same thing. We can exam see the problem and then we can solve the problems there, because we have learned in the past. Same thing machine learning is doing. There is nothing more, nothing less. Machine learning is when we say that we need data, we need a hell lot of data. What data? This data. Machine learning means data. If you don't have a data, machine learning will not work. Like that. So many myths are there in that. So machine learning is also performing in the same way, where the way we perform actually. So machine learning also, when we do the training, okay, what machine learning, so we'll first provide some data, okay, this is how it is, machine learning will learn from it, and then at the time of prediction, and then when we do go for a prediction, then we'll just show the, okay, this is what I have, what will be the output for this one. So I'll show the problem, it will show me the solution, because it has learned in the past. So this is only the machine. If you need to make someone understand what is machine learning, this is the best example I can say to make anyone understand what is machine learning and how it works. So there is people are saying, okay, if you need to understand machine learning, you need to understand, okay, what is algorithms are doing, and internally algorithms are there, that is fine, there are concepts, those are maths are there, that is there for sure, but it's not like you need to know that, just understand what is machine learning, what it does. So now if I'll explain this example to any people who just know about this flow, they don't even a graduate or a high school pass student or person. If he just a normal person, he'll understand, okay, what machine learning basically does. So this is how we can basically proceed, and you don't need to be a pro in that. Now I'll talk about that machine learning. So machine learning parts. So basically when we say machine learning, there are so many things people are get confused. Sorry. Yeah. So yeah, people are get confused. What is machine learning? What is artificial intelligence? What is data science? So people are lost there. They're not able to understand that what is AI, what artificial intelligence, where the machine learning, where is deep learning, where is this NLP, and where is this data science? How related it is? What is the flow and all those things they come up with. So basically, when we say AI means artificial intelligence, it means we are trying to accommodate each and everything. When I say machine learning, deep learning, NLP, hardware devices, the I can say the embedded system, all those things we try to accommodate, and then we call, okay, now it's a AI system, now it's artificial intelligence based system. So building a complete AI solution, you need all those things there. So it's not like you'll just, okay, I have developed something, I have just developed a chatbot, I have just developed I can say simple prediction, or chatbot I can say, or simply I can say simple prediction. So you're just going to have some data, you'll just train a model, and they'll say, okay, I have developed something which will predict for the future postcard, like, okay, how will you perform in the exam, how will your marks will be, how I you can get I can say means rank in your next exams, all those things. So that is not complete AI, that is a part of AI. So AI, machine learning and deep learning, if you see the graph here, it should give you the idea of, okay, artificial intelligence, and then inside that MLDL both comes. So when we see machine learning, inside machine learning with deep learning comes, and then we basically segregate the part, okay, machine learning and deep learning is a part inside a AI or a data science. Now the second thing comes with the I can say NLP, the natural language processing, which is the most important part in any education system. So if you are able to understand the language, if you know how language performs, what language does, just give you the example of NLP capability. So if you have a system, if you have a robot, I can say even a speaking robot, talking robot, and if it understand the language, if it able to understand that what you are asking, and it's if it's capable of answering your question, answering your doubts, then you don't need a person anywhere, you don't need me, and you don't want anyone to sit and explain these things, okay, what is AI and what NLP does. So that is, if we can make such kind of a system, if you are capable of making such kind of a system, people are trying in that direction. But if you are able to make that system, then you don't even need a teacher in your classes. So that AI, if you can ask anything, and AI will try to search all those possible ways to explaining that thing, it will try to explain you. So but the point here, that are you capable of, how capable you are to make this kind of a system, so how will you perform in this one. So as a fresher, like the when freshers comes to AI, and then okay, what is AI, okay, data science, okay, I need to learn data science, I need to know math first. If I don't know math, if I'm bad in maths in high schools, then I cannot do the data science, I cannot move ahead with that. Don't get scared with that, even if you are in colleges, if you are not having an idea about that. So just simply you can look for that, there are chatbots that which we call about the chatbots, where the people are talking like the, you guys are must use it for now, like okay, Google is there, so Siri is there, all those things is a kind of a chatbot. I am not asking you guys to build such kind of a smart chatbot, but as a beginner, as a basic level, you can start going with that. And what you can do as a fresher, as a college student or student in schools, what you will start with, let's say you are a bright student in the school or in your college or in your class. In that case, what you can do, okay, I know this topic, this not topic was a tough, it was tricky, not clear, someone cannot understand without any explanation. So what you can do, try to build a simple chatbot for them. Try to have that single concept, nothing more you have to do there, just single concept, okay, what is this, each and everything, try to define there. Create a chatbot, public it. You can simply, if you can just look for the chatbot of platforms, they are free, you can use it, and you can deploy it in your, any mobile devices like that. I can say WhatsApp, Telegram, Skype, Facebook Messenger, anywhere you can deploy it. It's a very easy task, I can say. It's I can say you don't have to do much there. It's a, I can say literally easy task there. So just try to make that one, and then provide to the, and tell them the others, okay, this is what I have made it, and this you can ask the question, they will respond back to you. this, if people are started, if even a single person is using your bot, if your single person is using your, I can say, chatbot, you will say okay, now he is using, he'll give you some input, okay, what is AI, and okay, how it's performing, what is the area lag. So you'll get the motivation basically. So I'm not teaching you that how you can build it, I'm just taking how you can be a part of this industry, how you can start be in an industry. You don't need to be a support, or you don't need to be a person who will explain you each and every steps. And the resources are there, there are a hell lot of resources are available on the YouTube. If you just simply go on YouTube, search for that, how you can, what are the platforms available for building a chatbot, you'll get so many resources. Pick any Google one, Google is having, Microsoft is having, Amazon is having, AWS, everywhere is there. Start with that, start building with that. So you will get the idea, you will get the confidence basically. So basically the main thing which we have seen so far are people like, they will not, okay, how I can be a part of the, okay, I need to learn first maths and then I can maybe start something developing or something like that. No, you don't need to be a pro in that to start be a part of the system. Just start building a simple topic. Let's say I'm talking about in the maths, let's say the trigonometry formulas, simple thing, right? Just put the formulas there, put the description there, and then public it, people can use it. Provide that link to your, I can say, batchmates, schoolmates, friends, and all those things. They will start using it. They'll, okay, okay, yeah, we have to, can you do something all like that, can you have this as well added in this one. This will give you a boost to start with. Now when we say that this is for the freshers, and when we say that in a business perspective, in when we industry perspective, what we can suggest to our customers, what we can do so that others can see that okay, this is useful for me. Like right now, the business perspective, if I'll talk about, if there are so many online platforms available where you can just go buy your certificate, buy your course, watch it, and then once after the completion of the course, you will get the certificate. That is how the nowadays people are moving. So in that case, if I can say, uh, online platforms, whatever the online platforms is, I can simply complete all the courses which we have there in a 30 minutes. I can complete it and will get the certificate. But this is how we can have it, this is what actually I can get the certificate, or is it the worth having that kind of a certificates. So in that system, so you can make as a business perspective, if you are a business perspective, you're a business person, if CEO or CTO of a company, as a AI company, so what you can start suggesting, what you can implement them. So all the schools nowadays, in the government, they have that smart school system. So we were in part of one of the system we were built for that government's project, I can say, where we, there was no much means I can say AI for students. That was basically for the school administration and the I can say parents, or can say. So basically where we have to show the count of the person sitting in the class, and we have to show them how many persons, how many students are generally focusing, basically focusing on that board or that thing which tutor is trying to teach. So in that case, what we have to do, if you are a AI guy, if you know that AI field, how it will work, you can simply know, okay, now we have to use the deep learning there, we have to do some image processing there, and what else we can do there, how it will be useful for that, for them actually. So in that, what you have to do basically, that you have to track them first, the person you have to count, and then after the person count, you have to track their heads, you have to track their retina, you have to track their eyeball tracking system, make a system like that. That system will try to tell them, okay, how many times we can focus this, how many that guy was focusing, the video which I was showing there. So they have a band, basically that band is what it's doing, is trying to interact with the movement of neurons, and then trying to show the option, okay, how it's working, and how the nature of the student and all those things. That you can, if you are a small company, if you are just starting with, you don't have to be in that vast area. You can simply build a software, you can simply build a AI system which will be mounted in it will be running in the system whenever people are watching. So generally the camera will be launched for those system, and then the camera simply try to track their head, try to track their eyeball. So every time, in every second, I can say, even I can, every millisecond, I can see that person is focused or not focused. If I'm looking at a screen right now, if you guys are looking at the screen, you can see that, okay, yeah, now I am focusing, and the system will tell, okay, now this guy is focusing on the screen. If you just move head here and there, it will simply say not focused. You can see, you can just track their eyeball and retina, and then it will simply say that, okay, this person is not focused on this one. So I can calculate these things, and then I can provide that analytics. Okay, this complete tutorial, the 30 minutes of tutorial, this many times you were focused on the system, you were reading, and this many times you were doing this task, you were not focused, and you are yawning, you are means eating, drinking, whatever it is. So that each and every stats you can provide. This stats, if you provide to that the parents of the students, they will say, okay, now my student, now my guy, now my son and his daughter is working in this way, behaving in this way. Now what needs to be done? That is the one perspective which you can provide, which you can suggest as a business person, as a business company, to the others. Even the existing platforms, you can suggest this kind of a scenarios there. As let's say I'm talking about, again coming to the students perspective, what students will get benefited using AI. So how students will be part of that, how it will help students. So right now the thing which the system which we have built, I have seen that okay, this many times we are focused, this many times we are not focused in the system. So at the same time, what we can do, we'll try to do the analytics for other students as well. So that in the same course, if there are the 100 students are enrolled, and we'll have the analytics for all the students. So at the same time we can say that okay, this if we don't want to expose the name of the students, we can simply say that this guy, this is how they perform and this is what their results are. So each and every analytics they will provide. So for students also, if they wanted to know that okay, how my classmates is performing. Okay, what about online audio recording for the same metrics like yawn, pause, etc. and speech? Somit Sa. We'll talk about the Q&A, Somit. So just for some time, just give me a minute. I think. Sorry guys, some disturbance was there from my side. Okay. Yeah. So even you can provide the analytics to them that okay, how you're so in that even I'm just considering a single topic in a school or in a colleges, single topic, single subject. Okay, this subject, this is what I have studied. Now how the others are studying, how they are trying, what all the analytics are there. So everything you can provide, every analytics you can have. So you can track their eyes, you can track their heads, you can see that how many times they are focused. If they're doing some other activity, you can also track that, the time of reading and the time of watching that video tutorial for them. So this will give you the perspective, this will give that perspective to the tutors, parents, students. If some student is wanted to know okay, where I'm lagging, what is my drawback, what I am doing, so all those analytics can be provided to them. Even nowadays in the India, means the governments, yes, some state governments, they are basically trying to build a system. So they are trying to use the previous data, the historical records, and with the help of historical records, they are basically trying to analyze that how many students, how many persons will drop out this year, this academic year. So on the basis of previous historical details, so when I say historical details, they will come up like okay, what if some student has dropped out, okay, what was their background, what they were doing, what is the person, I mean what is the where parents doing. So all those analytics is needed there to analyze these things. If you wanted to really analyze that what is the dropout ratio, how many people will drop out, how many persons will drop out, you need to have this data. So you might have heard that okay, we can simply, we need a hell lot of data. Why data is needed? So just I'm talking about simple linear regression. There is a basic algorithm in machine learning, linear regression. So linear regression is nothing which you have already studied in a school, or if you are in a school itself, you are already studying these things. So when I say that linear regression, basically simply it's a straight line equation. So then people get confused. Okay, if it's a straight line equation, generally when we do maths, we'll try to have a single line. Okay, this I need that x value, m value, and c value I can consider, and then I can simply try to have this y output, like the y is equal to mx plus c. This is the basic straight line equation generally we used to have. So then we come to machine learning, and then we start thinking, okay, why we need this many data? Basically, what is the use of this data? So if you have the idea, I just don't want to get too much into maths, just to giving you the glimpse how AI is not different from the perspective which we have as a human, how it is not that different. So that's why just trying to explain you, because but don't want to get too much into math, otherwise it will be a boring session. I can understand that. So simply that straight line equation, everyone has learned that. It's not like someone is from other background, they have not heard this. What is straight line? What is y is equal to mx plus c? Everyone knows about it. So there we just need two values, x and m. If we have slow value on the, then we can simply predict the y value. So just a third value I can say we need to predict. So in that we need two values there, one value if we have that. But in the machine learning, if we need to have, okay, there's 1,000 records, we need to have 10,000 records needs to have. Why? So basically in machine learning, they are trying to pass the best data, best output for that, best line for your equation, whatever the data you have. So next time when you are trying to pass something, it will give you the nearest value. If you're not giving the exact value, that will fine, but it will give you the nearest value. So that is the only difference. It will always try to optimize that thing. So if we need to, even as a person, as a student, if we need to optimize, if we need to be good in some topic, some I can say concept, we try to read it multiple times, right? So one more time, okay, this resource, that, this book, that book, this is online resource. So we try to do those things the same way machine learning works. This is what it does. There is nothing more, nothing less. So machine learning is nothing different for you, nothing different from the things which we have studied so far. So don't get confused. That is for the students or the freshers which you have joined. Don't get confused. Start with, just give it, start trying it. If you're not getting at the first place, don't, no worries, just start trying it. You will definitely get it. You will definitely get the idea, okay, what it does, how it works. And for the business perspective, that one use case which I gave you guys, for that, if you are able to get the get the data, if you have those kind of a data scenarios, now on top of that, as a business person, you can see that how capable you are to analyze the, what all the things you can analyze, how many KPIs you can introduce to the person. Okay, when I say KPI, it's just a key performance indicator. So as a business person, you can have the idea. I'm not going to tell you that KPI points, but as a business person, you can define your own KPIs, how many things you can suggest to the others. So this all things are there. So what just we need to have a data, and this collecting the data, analyzing those things, you need a system where AI based system, which will try to do the job for you, which will try to do this tracking, which will try to collect the data for you, and it will provide you each and everything. So that is what AI is capable of. Now, how AI can help students, parents, and educators, when I say easy way of learning the material. So when I say easy way of learning the material, nowadays, if you have seen that Byju's, so Byju's, what it's doing is doing the teaching the same thing. There's nothing new they come up with. They are having the same concept there. But what they are doing extra, the way of explaining the way of presenting the things, how they are presenting. If we are talking about some chemistry formulas, if I'll show you that in the visual perspective, okay, this is how it is, this is the 3D diagram. If you just do this kind of your, how the AR VR can be used there, and then you'll say, okay, now it's how this is working. If I talk about physics, if I just show you exactly what it does, how this moving, how the momentum, force, and all those things, if I'll show you, you will get the better perspective, better understanding of all those things. So this is what AI will help you to understand. Learning efficiency, how the learning efficiency, it will be increased as a student. So if you learn somewhere something here, if you watch some video, you will say that, okay, after, at the end of the video, you will see that questionnaire, the simple questionnaire you will get popped up, you will just try to answer it. Now on this basis of this questionnaire, the system is capable to analyze, compare the two things, comparison with the other person, other performing students, and it will tell you each and everything, okay, how well they have performed, what is your lag area, what are the things you need to work on, each and everything they can tell you. Analysis of the path they have followed, so the others, how the, if the some guy is the best performing guy, then what they have performed, that's analytics, you will get it. Area where they're lagging, all those personalized mentoring, each and everything. When personalized mentoring, I don't really feel that it's a big kind of a AI system, but yes, we people are saying that, so I just added in the end. But this is not really, I feel that it's a AI based system. Apart from that, if again I'm talking, coming back to the AI and coming back to the students, how they are performing and how they are doing. So one more thing I was about to tell you that about this AI is, uh, as a students, I have gave you so many things, so you can start with, you don't have to wait for anyone to tell you that what basically it does, how it will help you, and all those things. So you already have those kind of idea. You can just start exploring. Google is free, internet is free nowadays. Geo is providing is everyone's the internet capability. So you have those things. Start exploring it. Don't get afraid. Don't look for a person who will tell you. Google is the best thing who will help you. Even that nowadays, if you see that one more company was there who are just trying to actually so many companies are doing, but recently one of my friend, actually one of my known person company, he's also doing this AI ARVR. He's just doing this ARVR. He is having a company of ARVR, and for ARVR, we are trying to integrate AI in that. So our company is a part of that, and we are trying along with ARVR and AI. We are trying to show the students, show the capability. So just there is a, I can say you might have seen or not, I'm not sure, but there is a box called which we can wear, and then it will give you the virtual world. So each and everything you can do. AI is nowadays, if I talk about in colleges, medical industry, mechanical industry, civil industry, everywhere. So now in the medical, if I'll talk about that, AR/VR along with the AI will give you a live practical for all those things. If you wanted to do some practical on the medical terms, AI is capable, and AR/VR is capable to show you that exact thing, and you can do that practical itself. You don't need a real human there. You don't need a real knives and all those equipments for those things. Just a AR/VR box along with the AI will capable of doing that. AI will suggest you the system. AI will suggest you the I can say contents, what contents you should have, what thing you should have, and how it will help you. So I think I have talked too much about this AI and all those things. It will be better if you can ask the question, and we'll see, because whatever the guys you have heard about, then you might have so many questions. Okay, what it does, how we can do this, how we can we add this one, can it be done in this way? So I just sincerely welcome those kind of questions, and we'll try to answer each and every question. So that's what I am looking for.
Thank you, Jivtesh. We will go ahead and take some time for questions. We'll see
Sure.
like
Yeah. So
so.
Q&A, I saw that Somit saw, what about online audio recording for the same metrics like Yawn, Pause, etc. and speech? Yes, Somit, we can record the audio, but before recording the audio, basically it depends on what kind of KPI you wanted to perform on that. Is how, what you will present to the customers. If someone is watching that video, if someone is reading the book, recording the audio is not a tough task. Simple deep learning library you can use, simple deep learning network you can use, you will be capable of doing that. But what actually you wanted to perform on that? So if you have that perspective, okay, this is what I wanted to do, yes, you can do it in the same AI system which I was talking about. You don't have to have anything extra, you don't have to have any extra hardware device for that. Only the AI software which you have, that is capable of doing all those things for you. Nishit, how can we use AI in AR VR? Okay, Nishit, AR VR, when I was saying that medical terms, when I was talking about medical, basically the AI in AR VR help you to generate the material, the content of the AI system. So that is the most tough task I can say. So in AR VR, let's say I have three boxes are floating there, and those three boxes just need to move on the basis of movement of my hand. If I'm just moving the hand here, that boxes should be moving there. So along with that motion of my hand, I'm just trying to push something out, push something in. That system, that the movement of my hand should be captured on the basis of that. Inside your AR/VR system, your boxes should move up and down. So this is why the AI will help you to providing is correct, because the same thing everyone, most of the students are facing the tensed emotion in the same part of a video. So we need to check that material. So it will be for both of us, I can say, for the presenting the video, for the tutor, for the student. So everywhere you can have those kind of a concept. Okay, here I'm lagging here, every students are not comfortable, they are tensed, so they're not able to understand. So what is the problem? Is the problem in the material or the video which we are presenting, or is the problem with the students? If this is happening 80% of the students, then there must be problem with our I can say video or tutorial which we are providing. So that will give you the perspective. Emotions will give you the perspective for that. Can we monitor the movement of an eye with the help of a brain signal, so that we don't need computer vision to see the student concentration level? Sandeep, so if you are going for that, if you're saying that I need a hardware device which will do, so if you are going to mount that hardware device for that in the eye of a person, how will you track? Unless or until if you don't, you need to be a contact in that person. So if you are trying to target to the large audience, you cannot provide that contact. You cannot means I can say uh, make it mandatory for everyone to wear or just have those things. So I'm just trying to, so I was suggesting that the generic system which will work for each and every system. So yes, if you have a context, then again the neurons is there, the movement of the neurons, the signals, basically the one which we are seeing in the video, you can track that. But for again analyzing those signals, how will you perform? So the only main difference generally people see and we see, yeah, I don't know if you guys have had this conversation or not. If we have some AI system, some guy will say, okay, no, this system I can build it with my own. I can just have some rules there, if and else conditions in the code, and I can have the same system. So this is kind of a same system you have to build if you just wanted to go with this without computer vision there, Sandeep. Okay. How we track student eyes if there are multiple students sitting in a class? So Nishit, if you have a multiple students sitting in the class, so your first job is to track the students, count the students. So you will be using the computer vision and deep learning, you will be capable of counting each and every one, how many students are there, and you can have the capability to track each single person at a single time. If it's even a crowd thing, I think you just Google if the crowd counting concept, there is a crowd analysis concept is there, which will help you to analyze each and every movements, each and every individual's movement that is I can say available. There's nothing new you have to do. You just have to provide a system which will first detect the person, divide that individuals, everyone, and then you can start tracking each and every one. What hardware required to start development of AI? See, she's basically depends. So, what kind of solution you wanted to provide? So now there is a concept for edge devices. So, we generally what we want to have is like, I'll just try to show you one video. Just let me check that out. So I'll just show you the video and then I'll try to uh, talk about this hardware devices. So just a minute. So I'll just go here. Hello. I'll just share just a minute. Okay, I'll just share my screen. Okay, so this basically this device which you are able to see here is a Google Coral. Basically, this is a Google Coral. It's a hand holding device, I can say. Simple, I can say, if you are aware about the Raspberry Pi or any kind of a hardware system. This is small system you can easily hold in a hand. And this system, this device which we have here, this device is capable of processing all your computer vision problems. So right now we are talking about the CPU, GPU, and this device which we have here is a Google Coral basically. This device is having a TPU. This device having the capability of processing this data in a TPU processing speed. So Google Coral, this is device, the hardware device. I'll show you other device as well. So this is one, we have a Google Coral, and this is capable of processing each and everything. See how easy and how small it is. There are other devices also. After this, I'll just show you the same video. We have other devices. That's all you need. These are the all requirements of a hardware device which you need to do any kind of a AI system if you wanted to build. So this, if you have this system, if you have this dashboard which I'm showing you guys, I can deploy each and every solution which I have, any deep learning solution in anywhere, any remote location. I don't need a PC there, I don't need a computer there, don't need a laptop there. So this device and power supply to this device is enough. All those things which you are able to see at the time of development and providing this building this system. Once we have developed something in this one, then we'll just need this device, camera, and the power supply. That's all we need. Everything is there. Even this device is capable of connecting with the Wi-Fi. You can transmit your data. Each and everything is there. So this is basically a Google Coral dashboard which we are showing you here. I'll just see if we have so if you can see that we are trying to do this system here. So it will be able to, I'll just show you image classification, image object detection, each and everything it will do. See, each and every classification you are able to see. This is all happening with the device which we are showing you. And even that complete thing will be done in any other system, laptop, because it's a running on a port in a local IP address. So you can access it anywhere, any time. That is one. The second one which we have here is, what is this ad? So I'll just helmet knock. I'll just try to show you the other device. I think we should have. There is other device called NVIDIA Jetson Nano. That is also a same device. So that is provided by NVIDIA. So that device also you can use. That blue box which you're able to see on my screen on that beside this laptop, you can see that. So that this provided by NVIDIA Jetson Nano. So that we have used it actually for productionizing this thing. Even you can use that. For NVIDIA, there are so many things, basically the TX1, TX2, all those things are available. NVIDIA Jetson Nano, if you go, if I'll just show you here. NVIDIA Jetson Nano. So this is a device, the simple device which you can have holding in your hand and all those things. So this device is having Ethernet cables and everything is available. You can do each and everything which you are capable of doing this in a, I can say, a laptop. So there is a OS in setting in there in all the system, so that you can do it. There's nothing that you cannot do it, and it's a very easy. If you wanted to even to put it in some remote location where you cannot put the system, just simply have this device there. That's all you need to have there. Okay, so let's see another question. So that is all question. I just forgot your name, but this is what we can do. Yeah, Ashish. Which tool we can use to record video that will take less bandwidth as students? Anand, you don't need any extra tool there. You just need a live monitoring system. You don't have to record the video every time. You don't have to store the video. The camera feed is coming, I'll just do the prediction, I'll pass the results only. I don't have to store the video anytime. So this is basically depends upon the configuration, but how well you are capable of building your system, how optimized you can build your system, how efficient your system is. So that is basically a configuration part. NVIDIA Jetson Nano is also good. Yes, Sandeep, that's what. Okay, can we use NLP for getting the mental states of students in a class? NLP for getting the mental states. NLP basically deals with the data, with language or data, I mean text data. So if we have the data, then yes, Pallavi, you can apply that out. But if you don't have a data, then NLP, then only the problem solve you option you have there is a vision, computer vision, deep learning. So that will help you to do those things. Okay, I think in Q&A done. Can you suggest scenarios of AI for education ERP system? ERP Sneha, you're asking that in student ERP system. So the system, I just forgot the URL which we have built actually for the smart AI system. So that system, what it was doing, basically we had a AI system, and there's a normal ARP management system where we are trying to update the marks of a student, attendance, syllabus, and all those things. That was, I can say, complete system was there. And along with that, we have mounted our AI system there. So that AI, that is also the smart class which I was talking about. That AI system, first it will take the attendance. You don't have to do any manual task that are sitting and writing in a, or noting down in a page or a register generally we used to have. So that will be automated. That was, we have implemented there a face recognition system. So that face recognition was able to do this a recognition system, and then it will tell you that okay, this person is present, this was the time, and all those things. Even in the class, when person is sitting, each and every time this face recognition along with this monitoring system was running, and I'll tell you the person name, which person was focused at what time, which person was doing what activity at what time. So that you can integrate. Just you have to do the interaction. So just AI system first have your AI capabilities. And face recognition, is it 100% correct? Yes. Accurate? Yes, it have. Now it depends again. I can say configurational part. So if I need to build a system, let's say I'm building a system where we have a 1 to 12 I can say classes. In that, I'll try to have, if I am not sure that my system is 100% accurate, then in that case, for each and every section, I'll try to have a separate model or separate scenario. For this class, only this model will get triggered, and only this model is only having this class data. So if I just remove, have this less the data, less person, then the complexity is less, and your system will be a robust system there. So that depends upon the configuration, how well your system is and how capable your system is. And if you see that okay, no, we cannot make it, it's not possible with this one, then try to reduce that complexity there. Try to have a multiple scenario, multiple I can say segregations there. This will make your system robust. This will be I can say suggestion for you and answer for you. And face recognition, yes, so we can have so many things there. So that face recognition, then the tracking, that each and everything we can have, that will give you the complete picture. Okay, you can just basically I can try. It's not like only face recognition, just okay, I see the face, is it person or not. Basically in one, if generally when we work in 1 second, we try to have 25 frames for each say single person. So we call it as fps, frame per second. So in that one, if in 1 second, if I'm just getting a 25 frame of a person, can I not make sure that okay, this 25 frames, all those are just belongs to the same person? If I have a more data, our system is more robust. That's what the AI and ANLP, deep learning, machine learning does. So that will be the problem or solution you should have. If we are having a more than 10K students in a class, then which classifier is better for classification? Sandeep, first of all, we are not talking about classification here. You are just basically 2 3 approaches we need to go there first. So first your object detection will go, then your object tracking will go, and then after all those things, your face recognition will go. There's no classification you needed there. So in this way, you'll, if you start tracking the system, you know that okay, this person is only I have, and every time you're getting the frame for that particular person, this is what tracking does basically. So it will try to track you each and every movement. So tracking will help you there to analyze these things, and classification we don't need there. Which type of camera we need for this type of solution in a class? You don't need any, even the CCTV camera, if you have, that is capable of integrating those things. You don't need any extra thing there. So wherever we have the CCTV cameras are running on a ports, are running on a IP number, IP location, so that you can simply integrate with your deep learning module. You don't need any extra camera sitting there. The thing which was showing the Google Core, NVIDIA Jetson Nano, those devices are capable of processing your requests. There are so many things, like I was talking about the configuration. So when I say the configuration, you don't, in the classes, I can say you don't need an immediate, I can say immediate response, immediate output of the system. Even you can have the data, you can try to process the data in a batch. That is also possible. It depends basically what kind of scenario you have. Okay, so thank you. I think I have answered all the Q&A questions, even in a chat. So Deepu, if you can say, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It looks like we have covered all our questions.
Yeah.
So Jivitesh, thanks a lot for sparing your time. Uh,
Yeah.
and coming over here, it was a very interactive session. I think all the audience had an insightful session. They were asking many Q&As. And to all the audience over here, I can tell you, you can reach Jivtesh on LinkedIn for any questions. You can reach him on offline and you can have a discussion with him. And like, thank you everyone. We appreciate you for being here. And we'll be conducting the series of webinars on AI every month, fourth week. So thanks again. We'll be sending you the invites so you can join our webinars and make it more interactive. So Jivtesh, you want to add on anything?
Yeah, thanks everyone, and thank you so much for joining this session. And if you have any question, any thing which we have discussed so far, any kind of suggestion if you wanted to have, and the one at the end, I'll just you can ping me on LinkedIn. I'll just try to respond back. It might not be immediate, but I'll try to respond back as early as I can. So the thing which I'll suggest everyone to, as a business person, you got so many ideas how we can improve, and there are so many fields actually available. As a student, as a fresher, like I told you, just go and see that how you can be a part of. Don't think that too much. Okay, I need to build that kind of. Start with a basic thing like the chatbot I was suggesting. So just give it a start, and then as you move forward, you will definitely be a part of that, and you'll definitely get benefited out of that.
Thanks, Jivtesh.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thank you. We'll be ending the webinar now.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone. Thank you for
Thank you,
joining.
everyone. Bye.